Hey guys! So today I'm going to be doing something completely different than anything I have done on my channel before. Today we're going to be diving into a fake Jeffree Star blood sugar palette, and as you can see, it already just throws people off. This was not on purpose. This was entirely on accident. This was purchased for me last year, I believe right after the launch went out. And as you can probably imagine by the name Jeffree Star, it was very sought after. And the website was completely sold out, and my husband knew I really wanted this palette. I had the androgyny palette already, and I really wanted this blood sugar palette. And him being so caring, went on eBay and found this palette, and the person selling it said, oh, it's just missing the outside box, which I'll put a picture here. This is what the original palette is supposed to look like. It doesn't come out of the box. This one said it was missing the box and this, and that. Well, me being me, I did not research anything about this palette, if this is the way it's supposed to look or anything. I was just excited that I had it. It was my surprise for Valentine's Day, and a little while ago, I was going to use this to do a Valentine's Day tutorial, and I opened up my palette and I noticed that there were some things wrong with it. I have used this palette quite a bit already, as you guys can tell, before I realized that it wasn't the right thing. And I was looking at it and I was kind of noticing, and I know the lightest shade in this palette right here, I know he named that glucose, and this glucose is spelt with a Q. Sugar cane right next to it, in place of the A in cane, has an I. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this on my camera, I'm sorry, but they're all spelt completely wrong. So I was really upset, and I asked my husband, where did you buy this? And he said, eBay. And I said, well, I think it's fake. How much did you pay for it? And my husband tells me that he paid $80 for this palette because he knew how bad I wanted it, and it's fake. If you guys don't know, Jeffree's palettes, I think, don't quote me on this, and Jeffree, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, I think Jeffree's palettes usually go for $49, maybe? So that was a really high price point for this, and they basically just took my husband's money and went with it. So today, instead of doing a regular tutorial, I am going to do a tutorial using this fake Jeffree Star blood sugar palette. And I guess we're just gonna jump right into it and see. I have not used this palette in a while, so I totally forgot what the quality is like. I was traumatized after I found out it was fake, and I was really upset because I didn't know what I was putting on my eyes. So I have not used it in quite some time, so this is gonna kind of be like a first impressions type thing. I do not recommend doing this on a daily basis because you are going to hurt your skin. I do not know what's in the ingredients in this palette, seeing as though it's not actually from Jeffree himself. But I'm gonna go throw on my face makeup and then I will be right back. Finished the base and I'm all zoomed in for you guys. Don't ask why I went so hard on the eyebrows, because I don't know. I haven't touched makeup in a couple days and my hand just did its own thing. So we're gonna go with it and we're gonna jump right into the palette. And first I'm going to use the shade of what's supposed to be glucose, which is this white shade, and I'm going to take this on my Farrah 35F brush, and I'm going to use this to set the concealer that I use as the base on my eyes. And I will give it to this palette, like it fooled me. It did. The shades look really good in it. They look really vibrant and everything. The one thing that did kind of get me about this palette is when Jeffree announced this palette, he said the white was gonna be like bam, like right there. And this one isn't really. And then there's a couple other shades I think I remember not being great, or when you go to blend them, they just like blend away, and that didn't seem normal to me for his kind of palette. So then the next one I'm going to go in with is Tongue Pop, or what's supposed to be Tongue Pop. And I'm going to take it on that same brush, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. I don't know what kind of look I'm going for here. I'm just going to try to put as many colors on my eye from this palette as I can to show you guys the quality of it, the quality that it's not, or the quality that it isn't. So I don't really know what direction I'm going for here. We're just messing around with it. I mean, the Tongue Pop shade is pretty. And it blends pretty nice. It's not as pigmented as I thought that a Jeffree palette would be, so that kind of throws me off a little bit. Yeah, like that was my first dip into it, and I don't see any pigment. That took a lot of building up to get that, but I'm not seeing any pigment on this eye. Okay, then next I'm going to take this little angled fluffy brush right here. And this is from BH Cosmetics. This is the number 104 brush. And I'm just going to go right in to this shade here. This shade on this palette is spelled K-A-V-N-Y. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is supposed to be the Cavity shade from Jeffree Star. But it's not even close to being spelt right at all. I'm just going to take this color. See, a lot comes off on the brush. There's quite a bit of fallout too. And see, the color pretty much went away on the brush. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put that in my crease. It's not bad. Rude. I need to learn to silence my phone when I'm doing videos, apparently. Yeah, I don't like that color. I don't like, it's kind of splotchy, so like right in here and right in here, it's just not adhering well to the eye. So we're gonna try another color. I'm gonna take this color. This is supposed to be Root Canal, this purple right here, and it's spelled P-R-U-T-C-A-N-A-L. It's a Prut Canal. Prut Canal. I'm gonna take this color. Barely any's coming up on that brush. And I'm gonna put this in the outer corner. It's good pigment though. The outer corner and kind of a little bit into the crease here. Yeah, this shade is taking a little bit to build up. Okay, and then the next color I'm going to go into is this dark purple shade right here. This one is labeled as DSMA. I'm going to have to look at a picture of the normal palette and see what this one is supposed to be. But that's what it's spelled like, and we're going to take that with that same brush that I was using. And I'm just going to put this right over that purple that I just had in the corner, because that purple didn't really do a whole lot. This one's got a lot better pigment to it. Oh no. You guys see that on camera? Right there in my crease. Anytime I try to blend it, it's just disappearing. Well, it was pigmented when it went on my eye. Until I started blending it out, and now I'm missing a whole big stripe in my crease. This is why you don't buy palettes off of eBay, guys. Just don't do it. Alright, then I'm going to take a flat synthetic brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand here, and I'm just going to put down a base for the shadow that I'm going to use on the lid, because it's pretty flaky, and I want to see if maybe putting something wet down for it to adhere to will make it stick better. Not really going for any kind of particular shape here. Just patting it on the eye just to get a base down. Okay, and then the color for the lid that I'm going to go into, this is supposed to be Candy Floss, and it's spelled CANDQYFFLOOSS. Candy Floss. And it looks pretty chunky, so I'm going to take it on this synthetic brush, and I guess I'm going to see if it sticks better to the concealer, and if it doesn't, then I'm going to spray it with some setting spray. That one's pretty. Not a whole lot of pigment comes up on the brush, but when it gets on your eye, I mean, it's pretty, it's just, I'm sure Jeffree's actual palette is a lot more pigmented than this. I mean, it's not bad. Yeah, you definitely have to spray this stuff, because if you don't, it's just not sticking to your eye at all. I mean, it's pretty. It's not bad. It's not the worst, but it's just, Next, I'm gonna go back in with that angled fluffy brush that I was using before, and I'm actually gonna go into, I'm sorry, Jeffree, I don't know what color this is supposed to be. I'm gonna have to look. It's this dark brown shade, and it's spelled INTRAVEMQS. So I'm going to have to look at the palette and see exactly what this color is supposed to be named. But I'm going to take that and I'm going to use that in the outer corner for a little bit more depth, because the other colors just didn't do a whole lot of anything. And I'm just going to keep this in the outer corner. And once again, when I try to blend, this color is just kind of disappearing. Did a little bit though. Okay, so then I think I'm going to take the shade Cavity, and I'm just going to use that on the lower lash line. I'm really not digging this look, you guys. I'm really not. On the Jeffree Star palette, or on the Jeffree Star website, all of his palettes right now are sold out. So as soon as he gets a restock in, I'll go and buy this palette, and then maybe I can come back and compare the two. But right now I'm focusing on getting the Blue Blood palette. That is what I'm focused on. I need that Blue Blood palette. It looks phenomenal. So as soon as there's a restock, I will work on getting this actual palette. And then I'm just going to go back in with this brown shade right here and just darken up the outer corners of my lower lash line. Okay, I'm going to go do my liner and put on some lashes, and I will be right back and we can talk about the palette some more. Okay, you guys, so I have the look done. It didn't come out terrible. The lashes I'm wearing are from AOA Studio in the style Alexis, and you can get them on shopmissay.com. They were $1. One thing, you guys, never, ever, ever, ever buy makeup off of eBay. The pigment wasn't terrible. It was workable, but once you start blending, it just disappears right off. Sorry, Jeffree. My husband really tried being nice and getting this palette, and it's not his fault that it was fake. I'm sorry to Jeffrey that people are out there making your palette with the ideas that you came up with and your creations and making them crap. It's not fair because they're getting money for your ideas, and it's not fair. Overall, you guys, the lesson here, just don't buy makeup off of eBay. If it's sold out, just wait for it to come back. Because it's not worth putting the ingredients in these palettes on your eyes and risking getting an eye infection, whatever else can possibly come out of putting ingredients that aren't meant for the eyes on your eyes. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. The $80, this quality, it is. It sucks. And for $80, I'm really disappointed, and I will never, ever, ever, ever buy makeup off of eBay again. Thank you to my husband for being so gracious and thinking of me and trying to get this palette, but this $80, you guys, and it's just no. It's just a no. So don't buy makeup off of eBay. Wait for the website restock and just be patient. It is so much more worth it. I remember when I had the androgyny palette before my 3-year-old broke it. Aww. And it was really nice quality. The color payoff was just fabulous. Like, it was so good. And this does not hold a candle to it. And it honestly, it makes Jeffrey look bad when people are buying his palettes and his ideas, and people are wanting his palette so much that they go on eBay and they buy it and the quality isn't good. If they don't realize that it's fake, you guys, it makes him look bad. So just, I cannot stress enough, don't buy makeup off of eBay, and this was 100% not worth it, and I will be removing this immediately. So if you guys want to see any of my other videos, scroll through my channel, there's a bunch of them. I'd really appreciate if you guys would subscribe, hit the like button on this video, leave some comments down below. Have you ever bought an eBay makeup? If you have, what was the quality on it? Did it compare? Did you guys break out? Did you get, you know, an eye infection? I want to know what your stories are with eBay makeup. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.